It's all in the word community, right? That's the word. It's not McLean, and it's not even center. It's community, and that is as essential as air, water. You know, we need connection.
The history goes way back. After the Civil War, there was a fraternal organization called the Good Knights Templar, who owned some property here in what is now McLean. By 1884, they had lost membership. They couldn't really keep themselves going anymore, but they had this property, and they weren't sure what to do with that. So they wrote into the deed that anyone who represented the community and was willing to build a community hall could get the property.
And all these new people said, wait a minute, we need a center. We need something to tie us in with McLean. And the citizens got together, advocated for a community center, and it was the citizens, in effect, that built the community center that opened in 1975.
I think of the community center in many ways as a center of opportunity.
Our motto is to be the center of it all, and I really think that it has both physical proximity as well as the kind of programming that we do really try to bring people together.
The residents are very invested. They know their tax dollars are coming here and they pay attention. And all of that helps to weave together to create like this really robust programming that we offer.
It really does bring our community to life.
It really promotes a safe space where people want to come and feel welcome.
There's just a different feeling in the air after a really great show, and it gives you a sense of peace.
The public wouldn't be coming back year after year after year. We're clearly doing something.
To me, the MCC is the center of the universe. It's the center of it all.
The McLean Community Center is a really unique facility that is here for the community. And it's a place for people to come together, to connect. It's a place where they can learn, they can enjoy the arts, they can come to civic meetings. It's a place where outside groups are able to have their events, families have their birthday parties. Our theater is state of the art, and when there's a performance going on and you see the people queued up waiting to go in and the excitement, it's really completely different. No one is going to be interested in everything, but there really is something for everyone.
There are a lot of traditions, things that every year you can look forward to, whether it's McLean Day in May that is really celebrating the whole community. There are these traditions that are bringing our community together and unifying us, and also highlighting some of the diversity that we have here and offering new experiences to learn.
That all in one place, it's truly one place to come to.
It's really cool walking into the building each day and seeing the wide, diverse group of people who utilize this space. It's really warming to see, kids as young as 6, and then some babies with their parents, and then you have the senior citizens coming for cooking class. One of the things I love about this place is the ability it has to bring the community together.
I am the culinary instructor here, and I've been teaching here for 27 years. It's just how nice it is, and how nice, the people that there's been not a lot of turnovers. The rec aides, the people that work the front desk in the evening are friends of mine that I've known for years, and the people during the day that I've just been blessed to get to know them and just have the friendly hello, and just it's great to see. It's wonderful just to have a nice community with the workplace.
It cultivates an atmosphere in the community that just wants to keep getting better, and that leads to such a positive, deeply connected community.
The community center is the linchpin of McLean.
Since 1975, the McLean Community Center has offered its services and facilities as a center for learning, a center for participation in all the arts. In fact, Very few residential communities can offer the depth of artistic, cultural, and educational opportunities that are available year-round to the residents here in McLean.
McLean came about in 1910. It was never a big deal, it just happened. It happened around a general store, which is roughly Old Dominion and Chainbridge Road. And the community just grew.
In 1952, a developer wanted to build houses on the property that the Knights Templar had owned. And in doing the title search, they came across the deed. The McLean Citizens Association, they stepped forward and said, we're the organization that most represents the people who live here, and we are committed to building a community hall.
The Friends is older than the community center. We were involved in the actual structure of the community center, and our purpose is to provide systems and items that the center can't get on their own.
And it was the citizens, in effect, that built the community center that opened in 1975. The community center still would have come about, but it came about earlier with all the enthusiasm of Bob Alden.
Bob Alden moved here in 1954, and he was a sports writer for the Washington Post. He thought that McLean needed some kind of central identity, a central green, which he was used to up in New England. So he had this vision of having a park, a library, and a community center all co-located. It took a while to figure out where that might be, but they've finally centered on basically the corner of Chainbridge Road, Dolly Madison, and Old Dominion. Paige Shelp was the first executive director. She was the very first person hired in 1975. Marion Hampton was the second person who was hired.
I was there for the dedication ceremony and the ribbon cutting. That was in October of '75. What I remember most about those early days was we didn't really have anything. We didn't have any carpet, and it was having to learning how to talk from room to room so that the sound would actually follow, and we had sound bouncing off of walls. Very interesting time. I worked well with Paige. We complemented each other well. And the programs that, like I said, those core programs that are still in place, those were things that we developed. And so there's still a lot of what we did here. We were that close, but she was such an inspiration, and she had the best taste, and she wanted the best. And that's why the McLean Community Center is what it is today, because she was very competitive. She wanted this to be the very best. And I think it is. But it's because of Paige. And she passed away a couple of years ago. And I just wish she could be here for this.
The McLean Community Center has a really fantastic staff. We have years and years of experience in various areas. It's all hands on deck, but joyous in the time, and to see the staff come together, and the community understands why we do it and how invested we are in serving this community.
A lot of people will say the old firehouse is a teen center, but we do way more than just stuff for teens. We do stuff for youth, we do stuff for families. We try to be inclusive to the whole community so that anyone who walks through our doors feels welcome. I grew up going to a teen center in Fairfax County, and I think going to that teen center kind of helped me develop into the person I am today. Having the opportunity to meet other people and experience different things that I've never would have done before but also have a safe place to go was very important to me. If one kid comes and finds something that they're interested in, or they meet another staff member that they connect with, it's like a joy. And it's the same thing with the parents, making sure that they trust us and that they feel safe to send their kids here.
My name is Adrienne Kujal, and my family has been coming to McLean Community Center for 21 years. I am the proud mother of two 21-year-olds, Mark and John, who has autism. Both boys went to the old Firehouse Center from age appropriately from 5th to about 8th grade. And then John continued to go and was grandfathered in, so that now, even at age 21, he just loves it, and it really gives a richness and fullness to his life that he wouldn't have otherwise as a person with autism. The center has been very inclusive. His friends are mostly the staff. Andrew's so sweet with him. I think they have a little simpatico going. Andrew's always been very, very supportive of John. They don't really treat him any differently from any other kid.
His energy brings up our energy, and we know we're gonna have a good day when he's here. Sometimes he becomes like our 5th staff member, where he'll talk to some of the kids and try to figure out what's wrong, or tell them it's gonna be okay, this is what we're doing today. Recreation doesn't have a face, and it's very important that everyone can have fun and enjoy everything. So it's very important to me and the staff and us as a whole to make sure that we provide activities that everyone can enjoy.
There was a thought, we had never really had a diversity, equity, inclusion statement, so we engaged on that with our board members, some members of the community as well. We did a strategic plan. We met with hundreds of people from across the community, as well as through surveys to understand what do they want for the center? What could the next 5 or 10 years for the center look like? And elements out of that came one of our principles, I think it's to welcome McLean and its global community. So we wanted to make sure that our diversity and equity and inclusion policy was welcoming in that regard.
I think one of the things that makes us really unique is that our board is comprised of 11 people, 9 adults and 2 youth. So we have youths that represent both of our school districts in McLean, the Langley School District and the McLean School District. It brings a really different dynamic to the board to have teenagers on the board who are looking at it from their view, what their age group might want. We've developed that program over the last couple of years, so now we have a youth ambassadors program. That was an idea of our youth board members, that we should build that out and have youth ambassadors. It's a really wonderful opportunity and brings a lot of vibrancy, both to our board meetings as well as to our operations.
I'm Charlotte Loving. I'm a former youth board member at the McLean Community Center. I've lived in McLean my whole life. I remember basically since I was born, my mom had been taking my sister and I to programming at the community center, a lot at the Alden. For one of my birthday parties when I was 6 or 7, I was really into Pinkalicious, and they were doing production at the Alden of Pinkalicious, and so some of my friends and I came and we all dressed in pink and we saw it, and it lived up to all of our expectations. The applications were opening up for the community center to be a youth representative. And since it's a place that I've always been around my whole life, it seemed like an opportunity I should jump on. And since we are the future, it's really important that we have a say in how our community is being run and what programming we want to see at the community center. And we are able to have a voice that lets the community center know how they can best support us, since they do have such amazing resources for our teenagers.
The center board and staff is doing a great job of listening to the community members and adapting the program going forward to be more responsive to what people are really looking to find here.
I think one thing I'd love to see is continue to reflect the kind of changing environment that is broader McLean. We're I think a much more international, more diverse community.
Everybody came to the community center for one reason or another, but now there's competition. The community center has to maintain a competitive level.
I just hope it remains the center of the community. I hope it continues to offer the opportunities to people that it currently does. I hope that they continue a lot of the core programs that people have come to expect. It's things like McLean Day, the 4th of July, the craft show, the antique show, the classes themselves, the wonderful opportunities for children in the theater. And I hope that the center continues to provide that for people in the community.
Well, McLean is a wonderful, warm place. You know, you really can live here, play here, great schools, just great community, I think. That leafy suburban area where we're all safe and comfortable and respect each other.
When I look to the future of the McLean Community Center, it really is to make sure that we're always keeping the residents in the community front and center, and that we are here for them, and the programming we do, the facilities we have available, anything we do as far as big celebrations are with them in mind and what is filling that need for them. As long as we are here as a place for the community to connect and to find joy and to learn, find really inspirational arts, I think we're doing our purpose, and I think we'll always be very viable.
McLean Project for the Arts, founded in 1962, has a mission to exhibit, to educate, and to inspire the community through arts, connecting art in the community. And one of the things that's wonderful about being a partner in the McLean Community Center is that they value that as well. It's engaged my whole family. And it's been really terrific to see that my children, who each have grown up in the summer camp programs and taking classes, have themselves developed really strong interests in the arts.
Here in McLean, Virginia, we have a resource that does bring people together, where they interact in wonderful ways, the McLean Community Center.
The McLean Community Center has always been the center of McLean. So it brings everybody together to celebrate and to enjoy programming that's offered at the community center, including McLean Project for the Arts, cooking classes, ballet, the Alden Theater. It's all been great.
I know it's the 50th anniversary of the McLean Community Center, which continues to anchor this community. I have a 3.5-year-old and a 5-month-old. I can't wait till my 3.5-year-old can start going to camps. It's really just the center of a lot of civic life in McLean. It's just a great place to be.
I think they're very attuned to what the community is looking for. They do a lot of surveys and outreach to make sure that they're providing programming that is of interest to the community, and they're always pivoting. So they offer different types of classes, different types of programming.
It's essential. It brings everybody together and gives us a sense of community.
It's a great cultural resource. There's such a wide range of events, educational opportunities.
It's a great way to showcase the community, and it's something that the McLean Community Center does to bring everyone together.
We really are the center of the community. We're the ones that put on all of these amazing programs. A lot of our success is due to our amazing staff, amazing communications people, programming people. We are open until 11 at night. I mean, these people work round the clock to bring these amazing events to us, so I'm really appreciative of that.
It just feels like a center that can kind of take on anything.
The environment and the vibes, like the kids come in with good energy. The management from like the top to bottom, it's like they like make it like a family.
If they're going to continue this for 50 years, they must be a pillar of the community. Otherwise, they wouldn't still be around. But the fact that they've had this testament of time really shows the dedication of the people who work there, the people who run it, and the people who participate in what they do.
This has always been kind of a central part of literally my entire life. I can't really imagine myself anywhere else.
It's a community for family. It's an opportunity to grow. I know, because I've been here since 1960.
The word community to me is a safe place for people to be who they are, to hopefully have a voice, to be able to connect with folks who may not even share your background, right? And so that's why we live in community. I think it's kind of one of the vital elements of life.
We're all really looking for more of that human connection and in person. We are just so fortunate to have this in our community, and it is really a little jewel that offers us so much.
I really think that there's something here for everyone at every stage of their life to find community and to find connection. And I think that that's just such a testament to the people in the community that really do want to engage with each other and to come and to have really special moments. And I think we're in such a great place to continue to provide programming that's so reflective of the people that live here, as well as opportunities to learn and to engage and to maybe see a different perspective.
I think one of the reasons that the McLean Community Center is still here is because it's ever changing, and because we have such anchors with our mission. We're here to provide experiences in the arts and in learning and in exercise and all of those things, but we're also a place where civic groups can meet, and that is so core and so important to this community. The things that we offer today are very different than what was offered 50 years ago, and will probably be very different than what's offered in 50 years. But that role of connection and that role of being that resource to the community and the way that we touch the community to get the feedback, I think if that continues, we will always be vibrant and always be important in this community.
From you about what it might look like in 50 years?
50 years from now on the center?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be on the moon.
They're celebrating their 50th anniversary soon. How does that
Well, it makes me feel old, first of all.
Can you talk about specific events stand out over the years?
Well,
the 20 years?
Oh my goodness, so many.
Say your full name.
Which one, Peter Parker or the actual one?
Time you did great.
Oh, well, you're going to have a hell of a job editing.
They're celebrating their 50th anniversary soon. What do you think of that?
Kick ass! Let's do it! Can't wait for that party to happen.